Get started. All right, good morning, everybody, and a very warm welcome to session number 363. 2 days to go before we complete one full year of empowering morning conversations. And one of the people responsible for the birth of this empowering morning conversation is Mr. Vetrivel, who convinced me that I should start this, and I did. Thank you very much, Vetrivel. And, I was discussing in my mind today that should we celebrate the completion of 1 year or should we celebrate the start of the next year? So should we celebrate on session number 365, which is 13th of April, or should we celebrate on 14th of April, which will be day one of the first session of the next year? So what do you guys think? Let us have your opinion.
Let's celebrate both.
Okay, so you can put it to vote. All those who want it on 13th, you write down on the chat 13th, and those who want to celebrate on the 14th, write down 14th. Or I have another alternative for you. We can celebrate on 13th and 14th. And we are going to put together something for you.
Option 3.
Option 3. All right. Option 3 is both days we are celebrating. Sounds good to me. But many people are saying 14th. 14th, I think, is Baisakhi. So they want to celebrate the Baisakhi. Anyways, so guys, let's go back. Now, yesterday's session was obviously a very eventful session on how we define, illnesses. Whatever we define, we confine, and it becomes fixed. And it's difficult to release it. So let's go back a little. We've been working on honor, trust, and allowance. So when you look at these three things, and I'm sure you must have, allowed those to present themselves, honor, trust, allowance. And as you go about in your life, in your work, in your business, what did you start to notice that is happening in your life? When you are not able to bring honor, trust, and allowance, or when you bring honor, trust, and allowance, what becomes possible for you? So anybody who has anything to share about that? Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning. Yes, Neeti, go ahead.
So what all came across to me was I was dishonoring myself in the bargain. So it was fairly easy for me to set my parameters or set certain facts straight that, beyond this is not acceptable for me. So this I have not been able to do in years, which came out very easily yesterday.
And the fact that you did that, what did it make possible for you? How do you feel things are different for you?
So I am far more relaxed. I am far more recovered. And I feel now I am back into a present situation. And my mind is clear to think ahead now. It is, a lot of clutter has gone out. I feel lighter, much lighter.
All right, wonderful. So let us listen to our stalwarts, starting with Vetrivel and then Kunain and then Ramazar. What is it that you have seen starting to open up? Now, we've been working with you on this for a long time, so you know the distinction.
Exactly, sir. It's kind of a refresher and also a reminder. Amazing inputs. One different perspective I got, which gives me clarity. These all elements of intimacy, right from the trust, honor, allowance, yet to see, gratitude, and vulnerability. These three things, how I understand is, the basic element of intimacy is connecting with the world. That is where the secret of abundance, that we understand very clearly. But this trust and honor, I visualize this way, is you're connecting towards outside. So you imagine a door, you're opening outside, meaning you are bestowing on others. I trust you, I honor you. But this allowance is a peculiar subject where you are opening inside. You have a door. Now this is mechanism is different. Now you open walls to come inside. You are taking everybody inside you. So it's a choice. Something that I from that thought onwards, it's like kind of a beautiful
so
clarity.
the last part is very powerful. So are you able to say it again and articulate it differently?
Actually, the third part allowance is like you're opening up to the entire world, because it's like an empty bottle falling on the ocean. And if as soon as you open up yourself, the entire ocean, like God, universe, whatever you call it, it's ready to enter you. If you come down, relationship, everybody is longing for a good relationship and having intimacy with you. Only thing is we have to open up. This door is an inside door, where you have to open it and everything will come inside. So that is the secret of abundance. That's what you taught us. Thank you very much.
Okay, so that's very good. That's very important. And I want everybody to make a note of it. Okay. See, there is something called vulnerability we are going to talk about today. Vulnerable meaning dropping all your defenses. So what he's just told you is that when you get into allowance, you're just being open because you're allowing everything in. You will not have a desire to block. Beautiful. Thank you so much. And now let's have our friend Kunen Shahidi, who may want to share something.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, and very good morning to you and one and all. For me, sir, since long I wanted to know what is this ego business is. And now I have started getting realization that my ego is started getting dissolved. So when I am in the state of allowance, when I am having complete trust on self, to the universe and to the other human beings, and when I have complete faith in the process, in the system, then and also the honor to other human beings, that honor part is still some resistance coming from within. But ultimately, I have started identifying the ego, which I was very curious to know since long, and feeling that is getting dissolved gradually. So definitely with the further journey with you, it'll happen. So that's a good feeling, and at any moment I feel at ease, while once upon a time I used to feel a bit restless. So that ease of having that experience of the life is I'm being experiencing or feeling it, sir.
Yeah, and thereby fulfilling the purpose of our being here every morning, which is to have a life of ease, joy, and glory. Thank you very much for sharing that, Kunen.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Rama, what about you?
Good morning, sir. Thank you. So this into the 5 elements of intimate relationships, it really is a boon for me, I would say. I am able to really demonstrate in my situation, which is specifically with my daughters, 14 years and 20 years old, and the parental instincts and the superiority and ego, they always keep coming and making me to behave in a different way with the kids. But with the understanding of these things, I'm able to really develop the relationship and handle the situation much better. So I'm really thankful to you introducing this. I'm really able to demonstrate on myself and with my kids. So that's all I wanted to say, and it really saved the relationship and life.
Thank you. Thank you. And the question today is coming from what else does it make possible? Because this thing, by the way, I'm repeating that choice of possibility program 3rd time right now with Simeon. So I did it with Brandon last year. I did it with Dane, one of the founders of Access Consciousness. And when I was doing it with Brandon, and this time I'm doing it with Simeon, and for the 4th time, I'm going to do it with Gary when he's coming here in May, right? 29th of May. And that's where I got this. And so I'm so sold on it. That when I asked a question about money, and I asked, no, actually I asked a question about weight. Why am I not losing weight? And then as Brandon was working with me, suddenly it came out. And he says to me that have you read 5 elements of intimate relationship in the foundation manual? I said, yes. So he says, are you sure you have read it? Now I had read it, but I'd forgotten it. Right? So he said, take out the manual and read it. And he worked with me on that. And in that, when he worked with me, I discovered that, when I'm blocking, like Vetrivel very nicely mentioned also, when I'm blocking it anywhere, can you imagine we are blocking it with the closest people in our life receiving? Because it's all about receiving, right? In the oneness, we are connected with everything. Therefore, we are able to receive from everything and we are able to give to everything. Technically, that is what should be possible, isn't it? So that is why we should be always in a state of abundance. And I'm not only talking about money, it is love and whatever that you desire. So if we are blocking from the most intimate people or the closest people in our life, then how many other people would we be blocking it from? And then when I looked back, I was blocking it from so many people. I thought I'd stopped judging. And I discovered that, hello, judging has many forms. You might have come out of an extreme judgmentalness, but if you still are continuing with right, wrong, good, bad, blah, 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 then how much are you blocking? So this 5 elements is opening up many other things. If we start to look at carefully, you may discover it's not only in the relationship that we'll have breakthroughs. Okay, that's why I'm saying to everybody, look at doing it to see where all we are blocking. If you have a breakthrough in one area, it always impacts other area also. So thank you, Rama, for your success story, and I hope people will follow it and be encouraged that it makes a difference. So how is life now that these things have happened? You've had a breakthrough with your daughters. So how's life for you and how's life for them?
No, it's really of great ease. Otherwise, no, my situation last few years. It could have gone down the hill, and it could have been really, hell for us. But we are able to manage the whole situation with ease. So that's what I would say.
What is visible? What is visible is a radiant Rama who was not to be seen earlier. There is a radiance on your face, you know that? There is a more smile on your face and a genuine one,
Yes, yes.
The earlier smile was Mera Bichara wala smile, but it was there. Madam, please mute your microphone. See, that is there, isn't it? You're happier.
Yeah. And allowance is one of the real thing which is required for the close relationships and particularly the kids. So
what is something required for allowance?
Sorry?
If you want allowance, what is necessary?
No judgment.
Exactly.
That is the biggest challenge. How do you not judge?
Because you are more at ease and more at peace and looking happy and radiant. What about your daughters? How is it different for them?
They are also coming up, slowly.
Okay, and how is the world different for you?
And there are more possibilities, more openness. So it's definitely much brighter than what it was.
Yeah, you can say, okay, one is more hopeful.
Yeah.
Yeah, more things can happen and maybe happening also. You may not have noticed it. So many things can happen. Thanks.
Yes. Yeah. No, in fact, I was thinking this morning that whatever there in our mind, that is what happens around us, right? If I am agitated, I am fearful, I am worried, I can see so many things happening around me, which makes that more and more worried, more and more agitated. But if I am peaceful, I attract similar peaceful interactions. So that's what I realized.
Exactly. So your attention is not fixed on the negative anymore.
Right.
It is getting fixed on, or you can choose to put it wherever you want to put it.
Right.
All right, great, wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Coming on with today's, anybody else wants to share something? All the other shy ones, while they were waiting, I thought
Ashokji wants to say something.
Yes,
I want to.
Yeah, go ahead.
I agree with all of them. all four participants, those who have said, I agree with all of them. It's really enjoyable when somebody is talking against us or somebody is criticizing us. The situation becomes, I'm really telling you, it becomes enjoyable, even though with the kids. When you are not making any judgment, it really becomes enjoyable. It's amazing. It's just amazing. It's a different life. It's a totally different life when you stop judging and making judgment that, okay, this is the correct way, this is not the correct way, this should be done this way. When you give up that, it really becomes enjoyable. And sometimes I walk into their shoes. कि मैं उतना होता तो मैं क्या करता? अरे मैं भी यही करता. If I want to go for a 3:30 movie and I don't want my parents to know, what would I do? What I would have done? I would have gone to the college. They are going to the college, so what?
अभी आप अशोक जी एक नया गाना गाने वाले हो, है ना? वो एक गाना होता था ना, इतनी खुशी मिली है मुझको कि मैं खुशी से मर ना जाऊं. अब हम बोलेंगे हमें इतनी खुशी मिली है कि हम खुशी से उड़ ना जाऊं.
उड़ ना जाऊं.
जो गुजर रही है मुझसे, तो वे कैसे बताऊं?
It's a fact. It's a fact.
Great,
and
thank
I agree with all of them. Everything, the core of their speech has been applicable.
Don't use the word agree, disagree. You say, I resonate with them.
Okay, I resonate with them.
It's like going in the judgment side. So you say, I resonate with them. I empathize.
Yes, sure.
I have the same.
I resonate with them.
Yeah, right. Great.
True,
Thank you
true,
so much.
true.
Yes, Sakshi ji, good morning.
Good morning. Very good morning to one and all. So I have been listening to all of this, and I also completely I'm into whatever everybody is saying. I resonate everything, especially Rama sir, because we are also sailing in the same boat, being a single parent. So beside what all everybody is told, I'll add that we are more comfortable in the relationship when you are in allowance. The comfort level is increased many a fold, and communication level is like as is whereas. The way what you feel you are able to express. Like I'll just give a small example which happened recently to make you all understand. My daughter wanted to go for a night out after a very long time, and I somehow don't agree to it for safety reason. Not that I don't trust her, but for safety reason that night they are out and all, they are all youngsters. So it's not really safe to be out at 3, 4 that way. But after ensuring her safety and knowing with whom she is and how she is going to work it out the entire night, I allowed her. So I was also more comfortable. I was able to sleep peacefully when she was out. She was also in touch. I could talk to her at 5 in the morning and she shared her location. So beside that, all of that, when she returned, I could share my fears. She could understand that it is not that mommy doesn't like me being out or me being happy or enjoying, but her concerns are genuine. So this is very important. When you are in allowance, you can share whatever you feel and opposite person also understands what you are going through. Thank you.
Beautiful. That's a wonderful thing that you just said. Wonderful. And you know what? Just like we can be an allowance of people, we can be allowance of things, in allowance of situations, in allowance of many things. You know, so when you are in allowance of anything, then there is no resistance to that or whatever. When there is no resistance, then you are more at ease. Why? Because there's less stress. So allowance is something, you know, if you start looking at various things in life, because life is composed of many things, not only relationships, right? And you'll see that the more allowance you are able to bring to everything, right? And one of the ways we can do that is what I was going to talk to you in a little while. So when you do that, you'll find much more of life opening up for you. अगर हमने जिंदगी एक छोटे दायरे में सीमित की हुई हो, you know, if we have confined it to a small radius, it will start expanding in ways that you can't even imagine. How wonderful would that be?
Sir, can I share one anecdote I'd read somewhere? This is something related to allowance.
Sure. If it's not too long.
No, it's not very long. See, how is it? There was this, I'd read this, I don't know whether it's a real life incident. I think so, it's real life. There is this one stall somewhere, and the person used to sell food items, some snacks kind of items. And what used to happen is there used to be one person who used to come every day when there was a lot of crowd. He used to eat over there, buy the stuff and not make the payment. Now he used to not make the payment. It was a very small payment, but he used to never make the payment. Now the owner was aware of this, and the other people who used to come regularly also made him aware that this person comes when there is a lot of people around. He eats and he just escapes. So this one person who was coming regularly came and asked the owner that why do you, when you are aware that this person is coming almost daily and taking the food and not paying for it, so why do you allow him when you're very well aware that he is not going to make the payment? He said, no, I'm very well aware that he is not making the payment, and I've seen him standing a little far near the tree and waiting that the whole place is full, and then he comes. But he said, no, it could be that he's standing near the tree and praying that my whole stall is full, and then he comes. So because of his prayers, this
More
thing is
people are
happening.
coming to.
So let it be.
That's an empowering point of view, isn't it?
Yes.
Wonderful,
I
wonderful.
really believe in this. Yeah, you have to be in allowance in whatever negative also is happening. It may be for your own good.
It is, not maybe. It is.
Sure.
I firmly believe it.
Sure.
I believe it.
Yes.
Thank you, Sakshi. Thank you very much. All right, so let's move on. So there's one more thing which we talk about here very frequently is gratitude. Okay. So when you're in allowance, you will notice that you can be grateful for anything. You know, you are grateful for everything because you're saying, all right, thank God. This is also there to teach me something, even though I don't know right now what it's trying to teach me. Sometimes we know what it's trying to teach me. हमें पता होता है कि मुझे क्या सिखाने को आई है, right? Sometimes we don't know it. But when I bring gratitude and when I bring allowance to that, you know, because without allowance, gratitude is not very much possible. You will limit yourself to, you know, just saying the words. So सिर्फ बोल देने से gratitude नहीं होता है. Just by saying the word gratitude, you're not having gratitude. You know, gratitude is a bhavana, it's a feeling. You know, it's what you feel inside. How much do we actually allow ourselves to feel gratitude? You know? Okay, when you feel that, it's such a wonderful feeling, you know. The moment you feel gratitude, it's like, it's so expansive, you know. So look at the things for which and for people to whom you can actually be grateful, because you can. If they were not there, who would you be complaining about? अगर कोई होता ही नहीं जिंदगी में तो शिकायत किसकी करते? Who would you fight with then? I mean, life would be quite boring, no? If you're all alone and there's nobody. And then you would have another song to sing, Akela hu main duniya mein, koi saathi ho mera sahaya, and all that. Right? So that's gratitude for you. And the last one, which brings you closeness and connection with everything, is vulnerability. Vulnerability means you are dropping all our defenses, you know? Just dropping. Now, if you look and see in your life and my life, what is it that we are defending most of the time? Have you noticed that we are even defending our points of view? We are avoiding listening to certain points of view from people. So if somebody has a particular point of view and you don't agree with it, you will argue with it, you will resist it, or you don't want to hear it, or you don't want to be in their presence only. Right? So we are usually avoiding, you know, divergent points of views, or we are busy defending our own point of view. Is that right? Notice how much we defend our point of view. We may not say it to anybody. See, on the face, you will say, yeah, I agree with you. That's your point of view. But inside your head, you may be still continuing to defend it and saying, no, I know. It's in my experience, blah, blah, blah. Isn't it? So let's do a little clearing. Now, if you were to spend some time and during the course of the day, you look at what you're doing, how many points of view are you avoiding and how many points of view are you resisting? You will find some very interesting things. Okay? And that is one of perhaps the deep-seated reasons why we don't have any movement in our life. Because that is the reason for even the judgments. Or is it the judgments which makes us defend and avoid points of views? We don't know. As long as you feel the need to defend your point of view, can you be vulnerable? You're defending something. Can you be vulnerable? Any kind of defense mechanism is there for protection. It's like a dhal. It's like a shield. Okay. So I want you all to look into it and dwell into it. How many points of view are you avoiding or defending? Sometimes even your own point of view might be coming up. You just shove it away. No. As a news. How many points of view of our own we are avoiding? How many points of view of others are we avoiding? Yeah. Another word for it is resisting. When you want to avoid something, what are you doing? Resisting it, fighting against it, arguing against it. So have you noticed that there are some things you like to hear and there are certain things you don't like to hear? There are some things if somebody tells you that makes you really upset.
Yes.
Right? Why? It's only a point of view that they said, no? Whatever anybody opens their mouth and says is only a point of view. It's their point of view, and from their point of view, they are right. So why am I bothered about their point of view? They are saying what they're saying. If there's something I can get out of it, good for me. But what are we doing? Either avoiding it or defending it. Or judging the person who is giving that point of view to us. See, people are sprouting opinions, all this. Blah, blah, blah. Tumko aisa karna chahiye, ye sahi hai, this is not right, that's not right. They are sprouting a lot of stuff. Now, whatever resonates with you, keep it. If it does not resonate with you, ask yourself, okay, what if it was true? My experience has been whatever point of view we resist the most, that is the point of view which will give us the biggest breakthrough in our life. What we resist the most is the one which is really the one which wants to teach you this big lesson that you need to learn, but you don't want to learn it, so you don't get it. But here we are, everyday basis, avoiding and defending points of view, others and our own also. You have a point of view, you want to justify it, you want to defend it, right? You have a certain point of view coming up, you say, no, this is not right. So how can I have such a point of view? Padak, you put it aside. Avoiding, okay? And the same thing we are doing with everybody else. Is that going to allow vulnerability to happen in your life? Is it going to allow the free flow of energy into your life, to and fro? See, remember one thing, the more flow, to and fro flow is there in your life, the more abundance is going to show up. Okay, so we'll do a little clearing for all of you. Maybe we'll do more. So listen very carefully. Don't try to understand it. Just get it. When I ask you a question, you will say yes if you want to change it. How many points of view are you defending and avoiding that keep you from true choice? Everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it? Yes? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. So one more time. Listen more. How many points of view are you defending and avoiding that keep you from true choice? Everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it? Yes? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. You know, the universe always has a gift for you. The universe has a gift for you always in every situation, in every experience, right? So, what else does the universe have as a gift for you that you've not been willing to perceive, to know, to be, and receive? Because you have those blinkers on and you look only in one direction. Blinkers, you know, घोड़े के आंख में जो होता है blinkers. Everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Yes? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. What does the universe have as a gift for you that you have not been willing to perceive, to know, and to be and receive? Because you have those blinkers on and only look in one direction. Everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. How many choices are you defending and avoiding so that you do not inconvenience others? Everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. How many choices are you defending and avoiding so that you do not inconvenience others? Everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock. How many of you are not truly choosing you and you are defending and avoiding your true choice based on always wanting to fit in and pleasing your family? Have you thought about that? How many choices you are not choosing or you're defending and avoiding your true choice? Why? Because you always want to fit in and please everybody in your family. Everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So one of our motives here. Yeah, I paid about 2 lakh rupees to get these clearings in a program called Choice of Possibilities. So you guys are getting it for free. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Most welcome. If you don't water the tree, the tree will wither away. Remember that. All right. So what else is possible? Look into your life and see that if you stop defending and avoiding points of view, what is it that's going to become possible in your life? You know, look at the stuff that you consider impossible. You know, a long time back, one gentleman who used to work for NIIT, he came to attend one of my Reiki workshops. This was in the year 98. All right. So there was a particular meditation I used to make them do. It's called the Nada Brahma meditation. And everybody was supposed to sit on the ground cross-legged. And that fellow was a young guy. He must have been about 32 years old. And he says, sir, it's impossible for me to sit. I've had a knee injury, so I cannot bend my knee. I said, never mind. You try, sit the way you can sit, but please sit. So very reluctantly, he sat down. By the end of that meditation, which took about half an hour, he got up very surprised. You know, he said, sir, there was no stiffness. I'm all right. My knee is not troubling me anymore. And immediately the counter, this one comes up. Let me see how long it lasts. I spoke to him a week later. It lasted. Why do you think he had that breakthrough with his knee? Because in that meditation, probably that point of view that he was defending and avoiding, that there is something wrong with my knee, he may have lost it. We have a participant here by the name of, where is he? Let me see. The guy is in Salem and he never shows his face. Do you remember Kasa?
Yes, sir.
Would you like to share yourself? What happened to your limp on day 4 of the foundation program?
Yes, sir. It was just my, after foundation and things, it was some kind of a trauma or something. I was fixed with a certain point of view that was holding me back. So, and after that, I could, I got a breakthrough, and after that, I'm not using crutches.
Yeah, you're not using that stick, no?
Yes, sir.
And he was always walking with that stick, he was not able to walk without a walking stick. Can you imagine? And he's a young man. You'll be surprised how young he is. How young are you, Kasa? 25?
36. Yes, sir.
Only 36, eh?
Yes, sir.
At the age of 36, this fellow was walking around with a walking stick. And then he dropped his walking stick. You're still not using it, no?
No, sir.
So you better be in Bombay for Gary's program, huh?
Gary is coming down to
Bombay. Yeah.
When?
I think, Rama, do you remember the date? I've already registered for it. Rama has also registered.
29, 30, 31.
3 days.
When?
May, 29th May.
29th May.
Yeah, it's at the Marriott in Juhu. So
Okay.
only people who have done the bars and foundation, only they can do it.
Okay, okay. Okay. Great.
You tell apna Viru also, huh? Rama?
Yes, sir, I'll tell. Yeah, we will invite Shakti also. I think Shakti will plan for a trip to India. This is a good opportunity.
Yeah, of course. I put the message on the group and Reddy Garu can come from Hyderabad if he wants to. But for Kasha, it's compulsory.
Yes.
He will have a breakthrough in 2 very, very important areas of his life. So we both can imagine what it is. And those who want to do the program with Gary, you can request me and do the bars and foundation before Gary comes so that you can do Gary's program also. And real magic is going to start happening in your life. All right. So enough about my marketing here. So what else is possible? So start looking at these points of view which you are avoiding and defending. Start looking at how to bring honor, trust, allowance, gratitude, vulnerability in every area of your life. Yeah. When we use the word intimacy, it means closeness, right? And intimacy means that there's such a free flow of energy between, people and things that you almost feel as one. I'm sure all of you have had some relationship where the oneness is so strong, it's palpable. People can see it. And you can feel it. And how about if that was there with everything in life, no? How wonderful life would be. Then you'll go around singing, how wonderful life be. All right, guys, I think enough of it for today. And unless anybody else wants to say anything. So anybody, you want to say anything, ask a question, make a contribution to all these 24 people on this group today. It's almost everything is welcome. Otherwise, we will ask Kunenji and Kuldeep ji to give a share.
Before that, sir, just a quick question. When we do the clearing, as you rightly mentioned, no need to understand the meanings. But to get the real sense of this clearing, I was focusing on the words what you were uttering. So is there any specific way to do this clearing, sir?
I did it for you, no?
Okay.
Once you do the bars and foundation, you'll know how to do it yourself.
Okay. Right, sir. Thank you.
आपने तो करना ही है ना?
Yeah, definitely.
So Dubai walas, I've got a good news for you.
जी बोलिए, जल्दी बोलिए.
Do the bars class online, but you will not be a bars practitioner, but you will be eligible to do the foundation also. And you can do the foundation also online. So you guys sitting there in Dubai, you better fix it up and we'll do it for you.
We'll start, sir.
All right. And hopefully you can come and do the program with Gary when he comes to India.
Now, when you were talking about schedules and all joining together, you started to feel me little jealous.
Sir, I'm also going to be there in Dubai. 9th to 14th, I'm there in Dubai. May.
So you do the bars for them.
Yeah.
And after that, by the time I'll be finishing my...
No, if you're conducting online earlier, let them attend it. I'm just saying that I'm going to be there. 9th to 14th.
If you are there, it's better they do the baths with you, then they'll get a practitioner certificate, no?
Yes, that's right. Yeah. They can practice also. Yeah, correct.
Yeah, they can practice and take money.
Yeah.
So if you're there, you might as well do it.
Yeah, I'm ready.
And after the 9th of May, they can fix up 4 days with me and do online foundation.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
But you'll not stay on, can you not stay on in Dubai for 4 days so you can be there to guide them when I'm doing the online one with them?
I can reschedule. Right now, this is what is the schedule, 9th to 14th. If you need to extend, then I will work out.
Any particular, Rachel, you talk to me separately.
Yeah.
One call, all the 4 of us.
Sure, okay.
All right, anybody else, anything? So one request I have, I see that a lot of people are coming late because they say, okay, all right, we'll watch the video. Okay. Another thing I'm noticing is that many of you are not participating in the conversations. See, the value of a live program like this is where you get to be coached by somebody like me. All right. By simply watching the video, I might as well then record the videos and stream them every morning. Everybody can watch them. Yeah? So what's the use of doing a live program if you're not going to be alive and live and talking and questioning? And I'll tell you what, there are no silly questions. There are only silly people who don't ask questions. So don't be afraid to ask, don't be afraid to talk. See, there are only 4 or 5 people who really participate in the conversation. And thank you very much for that. The rest of you are there. I thank you very much for that. But I'm saying, if you want to really add value to yourself and everybody else, start participating in the conversation. Okay? Is that too much to ask for? If you agree with me, why don't you start by just unmuting yourself and saying hello to everybody who's here. That's a start, no?
Hi, everyone.
Yeah, just say your name also. Yeah.
It's me, Priya.
Hello, everyone. It's Milan here.
So Milan to participates anyways. Very good. Thank you. Who else?
I'm Gautam.
Sri Reddy Garu participates, Sakshi ji participates, Kuldeep ji participates, Henry also participates from time to time, he speaks.
Sir, good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Gautam, go ahead.
Yeah, this thing is like that we are discussing about the young generation, especially the teenagers. But I learned a lot from them. But they are more alliance. And they are, I found that is they can mix with the people very nicely, and they accept the people, and they are having a interdependence with their friends and accompany people, even with the teachers, which was in our time. We are not that. We are having keeping a separate distance with our teacher or mentor. So I have a high respect for this new generation. I learned here even yesterday. I learned a lot from my niece. She was handling the issue. My mother is admitted to the nursing home and how she was handling, just with her and just accompanying. I was keep quite seeing that is what the people are doing.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. So you have changed the point of view that you had about the young generation. Congratulations. Yay. Good morning, Anu. Do you want to add something to your good morning by unmuting your microphone? Hello.
Sir, can I, sir?
Yeah, certainly you can. But I'm wondering why Anu is not able to speak on the microphone.
Oh,
No, actually, my husband is sleeping, so I was just trying to avoid talking.
Okay, fine, good. Yeah, Major Saab, go ahead.
sir, my mind goes back to the time when I was a teenager, and I find things have been absolutely the same. So whatever I felt when I was a teenager, the same qualities, same traits, same aspirations and thinking is there with the present day teenagers also. They're more open. They would like to explore new and new areas in their life, especially when it comes to relationships, and they always attend to anything with a lot of possibilities. They keep their mind open, and they don't have any prejudged opinion or strong likes and dislikes. It all depends upon the way that we speak to them, sir.
Oh, that's wonderful, isn't it? So we
Good
can
morning,
all do that, na?
Good morning, one and all. I'm Kasha.
Yes, Kasha ji.
So, yes, sir. Sorry, I'm not very consistent, because of going through a transition phase. So, I will try to be more consistent, sir.
Nacha. Okay. Wonderful. Thank you very much. Who else? All right. So that's it. So let's have the share from Ashok ji. You are unmuted. You wish to say something? You can sing that song, na? Bachpan ke din bhi kya din the.
I'm very bad at that. No, what I wanted to mention is the experience has been why I'm quiet, because the comparison starts in the mind. And when the comparison starts in the mind, we are drawn to that age at my age or stage, whatever it is. We are looking for peaceful years ahead. We don't want controversy, or rather trying to shut the books in a proper manner. Cover viewer करके library में रखो, मगर खोल के फाड़ना नहीं उनको.
हम तो अभी भी 19 साल के ही हैं.
नहीं, 19 साल के तो जरूर है, but in some crowd, not in all crowds. So everyone when is speaking, we are drawn to that particular stage and experience and feel that मैं उधर होता तो मैं क्या करता था. That kind of thinking inside starts coming
so
up.
It's a part of that judging one. Comparison is also part of the
judging. कि मैं ऐसे ही करता या कुछ अलग करता था. And then that bother starts coming. कि there was a possibility of doing something better than what we could do. But yes, I agree.
जाने कहाँ गए वो दिन.
वो दिन नहीं, वो दिन अभी भी है, वो गए नहीं किधर, अभी भी है.
तो वो दिन याद करो, वो दिन याद करो.
Except until we don't see in the mirror, everything is okay. When we see our face in the mirror, it changes.
That is true. जाने कहाँ वो गए वो दिन.
But yes,
जो चला गया उसे भूल जा.
But it's very interesting. It is something like that Bhagavad Gita. The more you read, the more you understand. The more you read, more you understand. The more you start understanding it, the deep meaning. The same thing happens here over the last. I must have been here about 250 or 300 sessions.
Right.
I have started understanding myself far better than what I knew myself before. And and tolerance level has increased to very great, sure. So don't go online. I don't like that. I don't like that. Physical or
I am not going to
virtual,
stop that,
face to face at the same time.
मेरा तो live ही
Sure.
रहेगा. I like in participating with the live audience, But the live audience, live audience, na? If I have only mute spectators, then what's the point of having a live program? That's all I'm saying. So keep participating, keep questioning, keep asking. And my request to each and every one of you is that all the people whom you know, please make sure that you invite them and they are there for session number 365.
65.
And 66 also. I mean, you know what I mean. So some
Sure.
of the people who are not coming, we can bring them back, and celebrate it. I'm sure that many of them watch it online because I've seen 100 people watching on YouTube. So that means definitely we are only 25. So there are 75 more people who watch it online, but they are not here with us. So let's invite them all.
Yeah,
and those who are listening, I invite you. 13th of this month is session number 365 when we complete one full year. So we'll celebrate that. And 14th of April is when we celebrate the beginning of the next year.
Next year.
Right? So be there also. So we are going to be in a state of perpetual celebration. And all of life is going to come to us with ease, joy, and glory. So have fun, enjoy yourself. God bless you. And see you tomorrow morning for another session. But before that, we are missing the Shairi of Kuldeep ji and Punen ji. So first, Kuldeep ji.
Good morning, sir.
चलो कुलदीप जी बताइए.
सर कहते हैं कि दरिया ने झरने से पूछा कि तुझे समंदर नहीं मरना है क्या? दरिया ने झरने से पूछा तुझे समंदर नहीं मरना है क्या? झरने ने बड़ी नम्रता से जवाब दिया, बड़ा बनकर खास हो जाने से अच्छा है कि छोटा रहकर मीठा ही रहूं.
वाह 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 वाह. That's beautiful. Thank you so much.
ये आपकी स्वीटनेस पे है.
ओए ओए सर, स्वीटनेस से शुगर की बीमारी हो जाती है.
Translation, please.
Translation, please. The ocean asked the stream, right? Don't you want to become the ocean?
नहीं सर, दरिया asked, नदी, the river asked.
River. So don't you want to become the sea? And what did he answer?
झरने ने बड़ी नम्रता से कहा, the spring told with utmost politeness that it is instead of becoming big and becoming salty, it is better that I should remain small but
sweet. A really wonderful one. Can you not just record it, all these beautiful shares, and send it? तब मैं उसको वहाँ पे डाल दूंगा हमारे ग्रुप में.
जी सर.
All right, thank you so much. Yes, sir, Mr. Shahidi, Dr. Shahidi.
Thank you, sir. Another point of view about दरिया and समंदर is पुराना शेर है, पहले भी मैं बोल चुका हूँ कि मंजिल से आगे बढ़कर मंजिल तलाश कर, मिल जाए अगर दरिया तो समंदर तलाश कर. So this is another point of view of Dariya and Samandar.
Absolutely, very nice. Thank you so much. All right, so on that wonderful note, it's my pleasure to say to you that I look forward to meeting each and every one of you and more of your friends and family. All right, Major Narayanan, I think you should have a conversation with me because Gary Douglas is coming to Mumbai, and in order to be eligible to do that program, you have to do another program, and I'm setting it up. Okay?
Fine, sir. I will.
Bye.
Bye, sir.
Bye.